Into the round of 32 we go now with the hosts USA taking on the Bosnians, that's right, for a place in the round of 16, who of course will get there, who of course will go home. We're going to get into that much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the round of 32 matchup between the hosts USA up against Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's right, of course, with a space in the round of 16 up for grabs. Who, of course, will get it, who, of course, won't. We'll get into all of that, of course, in just a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want some short for Blackburn Rovers World Cup previews. That's right, we're previewing this spicy setup, of course, coming at you in the next few days or so. Of course, we'll get into that in a minute. Big shout out to my members and my patrons. Of course, you know who you are. And can we get 80 likes for this video? Why 80? Well, we're going to get 48 likes first and foremost for each and every one of the nations that took part in this World Cup. And of course, 32 likes for the nations that are still here. 80 likes for this video. Please, please, please do us a solid and smash that like, especially for this game. As the USA coming into this, taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina at the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's coming on the 1st of July for a place in the round of 16 up for grabs. 68,000 expected to be in attendance for this game. The USA, though, coming into this on the back of a defeat. The Bosnians, though, coming into this on the back of a win. Let's take a look at how we got to the stage with Team USA, qualified as hosts. They've been here 12 times in the past. Their last one was back in 2022. They were on a streak of 2 successive tournaments. Of course, their best ever performance was back in 1930, where they finished in bronze. They're managed by Mauricio Pochettino, the captain Tim Ream. The VIP is Christian the Face Pulisic. Of course, they're ranked 16th in the world rankings at the moment. As for the squad, let's take a look at the personnel involved here. Of course, we did see a much change 11 for the USA coming into this. So we'd like to see Matt Freese between the sticks once again. Chris Richards returning, the likes of Serginho Dest, Freeman, Tim Ream, of course, Captain Robinson, Anthony Robinson as well. As for the midfielders, Adams, McKinney likely to return. Up top, Balogun, Pulisic, Tillman. Those are the guys that we expect to start in this game. As for, something along these lines, I think I've got the formation ready for you. A 3-4-2 of sorts. Freese between the sticks, Ream, Richards and Freeman. We've got Robertson on the left, Dest on the right. Or Tillman, Adams and McKinney. Up top, we've got Balogun and Pulisic, I think, in this starting 11. Let's take a look, though, how we got here with the US of A. Of course, USA finished up top of the Pops Iron Group D, ahead of likes of Australia, Paraguay and Turkey, of course. Perfect start for Team America with a 4-1 win over Paraguay. They also picked up a 2-0 win over Australia to get the country in a pandemonium, but they did crash back down to earth with a 3-2 loss to Turkey. It was a much changed squad for the USA. But it just goes to show that they can be beaten even on home soil, even to a team that supposedly ain't that good enough. But Turkey will walk away with the 3 points. Standing in the way is another Eastern European outfit, and that is, of course, the name of Bosnia and Herzegovina, who qualified for the World Cup via the UEFA playoff Pathway A. They secured the spot on the 31st of March 2026. This is the second tournament. 2014 was the last. And of course, they've never made it out of the group stages until now. Sergi Barbaras is your manager, the captain being Zeko, the VIP being Zeko. But they've got some young guns in the mixer here for this matchup and, of course, this squad. They're ranked 65th according to the world rankings. I did expect them to make the round 32, but can they go further than that? Well, of course, we'll have to wait and see. Now, take a look at the personnel involved for Bosnia and Herzegovina, like Vlasic between the sticks there. We've got Kolasinac at the back. We've got Hazanudic, Nikola Katic, Tadic Mudimovic as well at the back line. We also got in midfield the likes of Denis Burnic, Ismail Berašević, Amir Memic, even Sunjic as well. Up top, Zeko, Demarovic, and Tabakovic as well. There's goals in there. Will they have enough goals, though, to dethrone the USA? Well, they're going to come into this with a 4-4-2 of sorts, with Vasil at the back there, with Kolasinac, Radic, Katic, and Malic. Abdejevic on the left-hand side, Balatovic on the right-hand side, Basic and Sunjic. Dzeko and Demarovic up top. That's, of course, how we should see this Bosnia and Herzegovina side coming into this game. This matchup, of course, follows on from the success of Bosnia and Herzegovina, who finished in third. They did qualify as one of the best third-place teams, courtesy of that 4-point haul, which, of course, they secured it in the end with that win over Qatar. They started off with a draw over Canada. A 1-1 scoreline there. They did lose the plot a little bit against the Swiss 4-1, but they did get that elusive victory against Qatar 3-1 when it matters the most. Now, of course, we are entering a tournament football here now, which, of course, means there's no lifelines left. You've got to keep your head up. You've got to keep believing. You've got to keep on fighting. Bosnia and Herzegovina, have experienced it all here. They took the lead against Canada. They couldn't hold on but, for the 3 points. They did get battered by Switzerland. But, of course, there was a to and fro game between themselves and Qatar here. So we've seen a bit of fight in regards to them. This matchup, though, is familiar ground. Of course, they played 3 times. The USA winning 2 of them. There's been 1 draw, but they've been goals. There's been goals in this. 8 goals in total. 5 for the USA, 3 for Bosnia and Herzegovina. As for the squad valuations are chalk and cheese. 385 million for that of the USA. 27 is the average age. 19 of the foreigners of the footballers play outside the USA. As to Bosnia and Herzegovina, 146 million for the squad here. 26.5, a little bit younger, and all but 1 player plays outside of Bosnia and Herzegovina football. Coming into a 64% win rate for USA expected. 22% is the draw. 14% is the for the Bosnians on this one. The public opinion, which is just fresh within the last half hour, USA 61%, Bosnia and Herzegovina 39% on this one. Now, before I throw in my prediction, I want to showcase you the live table as of right now. This is, of course, forever changing, so bear in mind, but this one is set in stone. We know this for a fact, but look, it looks promising for the winner of this game. The winner of this game will likely take on the winner of this game, Egypt and South Korea, for a place in the quarterfinals, which will get a little bit sticky in that part. But I think everybody who enters this phase in the round 32, USA, Bosnia, if it is Egypt and South Korea, will look to that quarterfinal spot as a bit of a milestone, humongous milestone, and of course, who knows what happens in this game? That means you know, we're in tournament football here, and of course, we're going to see the effects here in this prediction. What I mean by tournament football, it doesn't mean by blowing team. Of course, if you blow your team out of the water, fair dues, but there's some dark arts involved in the World Cup, and there's dark arts involved in knockout stages, and we're going to see that right here, right now, because this is where it comes from my prediction here, we're going on a drastic turn here. We all love the vibe that the USA World Cup has been so far. USA have looked good in those opening games, of course, tonked Paraguay, did the business against Australia, but they kind of showed some vulnerabilities a little bit against Turkey, and maybe now, with that dent in confidence coming into a team, maybe a little bit more of a spring in the step. I'm just happy to be here. I think there's going to be some frustrations in this game. Don't get me wrong. I think the USA, on paper, on this game, if they play this game 100 times, I think the USA win this like 85% of the time. But for this tournament football, dark arts, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have got some tall SOBs in this one. Of course, set pieces going to be huge in this game for both sides. I think the USA should win this game, but I don't think they're gonna. I think it's gonna get dragged into penalties. Oh yes, and then of course, without the fear, without the hopes of a nation resting on the shoulders, I think Bosnia caused an upset here. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw, goes into penalties. I don't know when, if it's 1-1 going into extra time, USA take the lead, Bosnia come back. I don't know, but it's gonna be a 2-2 scoreline. Penalties coming at you. Bosnia with a heartbreak, sending the USA out of their World Cup. 2 stages probably too early. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's, of course, my prediction for this upcoming game. Make sure you check out the prediction for the cat and also the ping pong balls. They've got their own crazy way of predicting the outcome of this match and all matches at this World Cup. Of course, make sure you subscribe, smash the like wherever you are, of course, as we continue our journey throughout this 2026 World Cup. Until then, though, I'll see you soon when we return, whenever that is. But until then, we are done.